So I'm back on the stream today. Specifically for this video, I want to talk about the Crucible tokens, which is not a lot to say, especially since for me I'm not a PvP player, um, but I have played Crucible enough over the past several months to have quite a few tokens in the inventory. So this is the message that we have from logging on today. Season 13 begins February 9th. Crucible rewards will update, and they're getting rid of the tokens and the token gifts. So you can take all the tokens you have right now to Lord Shaxx and do what we normally do. Turn them in for, weapons or armor. If you wait until Season 13 to turn your tokens in, they're probably not going to give you weapons and armor. So, yeah, they'll probably give you Glimmer or something like that. I don't think it'll be like planetary or material, but I'm just thinking that it'll probably be Glimmer. And since it's easy to get Glimmer in the game from Spider, then yeah, just turn your tokens in for weapons and gear. At least if it's not a role that you want, you can easily dismantle it for 4 legendary shards. Alright, so this is where I'm at. Warlock is my main, Titan is my secondary character, and then Hunter, finally starting to finish up with him, getting him caught up with Titan and Warlock. So Hunter is almost at 1250, but not quite. Titan is at 1250 if I put the right weapons on him, and Warlock is way ahead of the other two classes. But main thing is I don't even know how many Crucible tokens I have. Okay, so I have 4, and this is for a player that doesn't play Crucible often. It's just every time you play, the tokens drop. So people who are PvP players, they probably have thousands and thousands of these. I've already started using my tokens at Shaxx, and this is where I left off. So the other thing as far as material that I'll point out, the Seraphite, this is material from Mars. You get this from Mars. Mars is no longer in the game, so uncertain, like it rotates the material that Spider will take, but you can go to Spider, turn these in for Glimmer, or yeah, for the most part I think you can turn them in for Glimmer, but on it has to be on a specific day and it just rotates. So you just have to keep checking back with Spider to see if he's taking Seraphite that day or not. And it's the same thing with Arcane Dust, which is from Titan. Titan is no longer in the game as well, so same thing, I would go to Spider and turn these in for Glimmer. And I think everything else is still in the game. So yeah, as far as what you can look at turning in for right now, Crucible tokens, you can definitely turn those in because those are never coming back. Seraphite, Arcane Dust from Mars and Titan, you can definitely turn those into Spider. Normally I would say go to the planet or go to the location and turn these in for armor, but since the locations are not in the game anymore, the only way you can get rid of these without just flat out discarding them is go to Spider and see if you can exchange them for Glimmer. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the tower. But yeah, just to quickly catch you guys up, because I did log off, or I was playing off stream. I was playing offline, or off the stream, I should say. And so now Hunter is at 1249 on these pieces of gear. I got one of the pieces here at 1250, but overall everything else, the weapons are fine. I took some weapons from Warlock and Titan and gave them to Hunter, so that helped me out. And then as far as the season pass, I think Hunter has everything. Yeah, Hunter took everything from there, so yeah, just to put a bow on this. Jax.
You're alive, Guardian. Fight like it.
Okay, so here's the thing. The gear down here doesn't unlock from tokens, right? So you can't just turn your tokens in and start getting these pieces of gear. You have to complete the Crucible weekly challenge in order to get the gear. So the weekly challenge is, it'll show up on the map here. So there it is. Your weekly challenge is you have to do or complete 8 bounties from Shax in order to, you know, get the powerful piece of gear. Now the powerful gear is going to be one of these, and it's just random. I don't know which one it would unlock, but that's what. So yeah, that's how you get that. So you can only get one piece of gear to unlock per week, right? So overall it's going to take you 5 weeks to get to unlock this full set of armor. So hopefully you guys jumped on that early. But yeah, the season is starting to wrap up. I don't think this armor is going to change on February 9th. I think we're going to have this set of armor for a whole year before we get, you know, a new set of armor. I think, if I remember correctly. So yeah, as far as your tokens, you just turn them in. Now you also notice that my base light level is 1249. So like, take out the plus 15 from the artifact. My base light level is 1249. So what happens, what changed this season is that when you get a drop, like from turning in your tokens, it's going to be 20 points below your power, your base power. So yeah, the highest you can get for this season from turning in your faction tokens is a 1230, and I don't think it goes higher than 1230. So you're not going to be able to have these engrams from here help. They won't help you level up at all, like ever. It's always going to go off of your base light level, and it's going to be 20 points below that. So the only thing that you can get from this is, you know, here's weapons and enhancement core, and yeah, quick draw demolitions. Yeah, so as far as power limit, the power limit for this one is 1360, which is from last season. Anything that's from this season, the power limit is going to be 1410, right? So just keep an eye on that. I don't think I have any 1410s equipped. I don't. Okay, but this is from this season, power limit 1410. You know, so you go 1360 to 1410. That's really what you're looking for in terms of the power limit. But I don't think you can get anything 1410 from the vendors, from Shax or Zavala or Drifter. Um, I'm wondering about their armor. Okay, so the armor you can. The armor down here is from this season, so it's 1410. But as far as turning in your tokens, and see, it's giving me old stuff. Now this looks old as far as power level. Yeah, see, this is a 1310. And like I said in the last stream, the 1310s I'm getting rid of because for this season, the 1260 stuff is going to get sunset at the end of the season. Next season, the 1310 gear and weapons are going to be sunset at the end of next season. So, since this is going to be sunset at the end of next season, there's no way I'm going to keep this because it's just once February 9th comes, this piece of armor is going to be on the clock. I'll have 3 months left of viability out of it, and you know, and then that'll be it. So I guess a good example is, see, this season the seasonal power cap is 1260, but I guess that would be the pinnacle cap. The pinnacle cap is 1260. So just the regular cap on the season is like 1250. To get an extra 10 points, you got to go into the pinnacle or higher tier activities. The raid, the Grandmaster, Nightfalls, that type of stuff. I would even say the Lost Sectors, the Master of Lost Sectors, Empire Hunts, stuff like that. So the higher tier Empire Hunts will probably get you some pinnacle drops, but I have to check on that. So, but anyway, so yeah, the 1310s, I'm not gonna keep it. The only thing I'm keeping right now, 1360 and 1410. Everything else, I'm not keeping anything lower than that. Okay, and so see, they dropped another 7. So anything that's 7th Seraph, whether it's gear or armor, is going to get sunset at the end of next season. Once we go to season 13 on February 9th, that stuff is on the clock. I'm going to start, well, I've already started actually getting rid of it. So, yeah. And as far as the rank goes, it's 20 tokens per rank. So every 20 tokens that you turn in, you're going to get an Ingram. Oh my gosh, I've been getting a lot of false promises lately. Like a lot. Clandestine maneuvers. Okay, so this is interesting. This is a 1410 piece because I just found out yesterday that I got this to drop, and I'm like, this is an old piece of gear. Like, this is vanilla Destiny 2. You know, when the Red Legion attacked, we had to fight Gaul, and the Traveler was in a cage, right? So this is where that's when this armor was introduced, and I just realized that it's dropping in the game this season. So that's unexpected. Yeah, I didn't know this was brought back into the game, but let me try to go to collections, armor, world. Okay, so that I finally got the rest of this gear yesterday, and it was either yesterday or Saturday. Um, let's see, here it is. So see, this is the same piece of gear, but the power limit's 1060. So it was sunset already. Um, but yeah, see the power limit. It's the same. It's the same chest piece. It's the same armor. It's just back in the game now at a new power cap. I can reacquire this, right? I can just reacquire it because it's not a random. Excuse me. It's not a random drop. The problem is with this is that, like I said, if you equip it, your light level is gonna take a dive. Because even if I try to infuse it, it's not gonna go over 1060. So you just do the comparison. You know what I mean? Just do the comparison. You got a 1229, which is still low for what I'm wearing right now, compared to 1050, 1060. I mean, you're just not gonna wear it. So, yeah. So there, I got my 4 legendary shards from that. But yes, it's back in the game, I guess now. So I don't know. It's hard to know what's going to stay sunset, right? Because they'll sunset certain things and it won't come back, and then certain things they'll sunset and they bring it back with a new power cap on it. So I don't know. It's inconsistent. So basically, yeah, you're gonna be running into getting some of the same drops, but if it has a new icon, like this icon up here is from this season, season 12. But yes, you've seen this chess piece before from way back when. Uh, so yeah, it's in the game again. I don't know. What about this one? Now, this one was also another drop, but it's a 1360. So Shax is dropping 1360, 1410, 1310. You know, I've got the gamut of power limits have dropped so far. So from 1310, 1360, 1410, that's a big discrepancy, because the difference between let me see if I can get my math right. The difference between 1310 and 1410 is, I think, 6 months, right? So that's gonna be it. But for right now, I think the 1360s was from last season. Yeah. So at this point, this is 5 months old, right? So this is like 5 months old. This is almost 6 months old, because the clock started at the beginning of last season, which was like 5 months ago at this point. So we're what, 2 months into this season? Almost 3 months. It's almost the end of this season. So how much time do we have left in season 12? We've got 21 days, 22 hours. So yeah, every season is generally speaking, every season is 3 months. So we're in the last month, season 12, right? So we got about 3 weeks left in this season. So yeah. So anything, I mean, Shax can drop something new. He can drop something really old. He can drop something that's in the middle of the two. You just have to keep an eye on what he drops and, go from there. Keep an eye on the power limit because the power limit changes. Oh, see, this one is new. A cloak called Home. That's a 1410 drop, but it's a really old piece of gear. I mean, yeah, an old piece of gear. So, yeah, just, and that's kind of the confusing thing because you think if it's an old piece of gear, then it has the old power limit, and that's not always the case. So you just have to go piece by piece and
Tell
just
me,
look at
Guardian,
everything
did you
to
pull the
really
trigger on
know
the fair prince?
what's going on with it. Now, see, this is the other thing too. This is a
Given
newer piece
time,
of gear.
darkness will encroach again. We have to be ready.
This is a newer piece of gear, right? But the power limit is 1310, which means that it's 9 months. It's about 9 months old. Yeah, it's almost 9 months old.
The world is burning. We
So
need you out there.
next season, starting February 9th, you're gonna go into the last 3 months of this, which is why I said it's gonna get sunset at the end of next season. So February, March, April. So by April, these things are done. They're gonna cap at 1310. You won't be able to take them any higher than that. So come the summertime,
Welcome back.
you're gonna
Here
be
to
stuck
forge
with
your
these
light.
at 1310. So since they only have what I would say 4 months from now, yeah, 4 months from now it's gonna be sunset for sure. I'm not gonna invest in anything that's 1310, whether it's weapons, armor, doesn't matter. The power limit is 1310. I'm not keeping it. But
I'm hungry for news, Guardian.
since everybody's getting rid of our Crucible tokens, you're turning them in. Just repeating the
I know
same
you're
thing,
busy,
but just
Guardian,
keep an
but the
eye
Crucible
on
needs veterans now more than
your
ever.
power limit for your drops. I don't think I need this one anymore. I do need this.
Plenty of hostiles left to fight, Guardian. It's them or us.
Cade is gone. And so now is Aldrin. Always good to see another hero of the tower.
Oh, see, this is Fallen Guillotine. That's pretty good. But see, the thing is that it's not too difficult to get the god roll for this, because I have the role that I want for PvP, even though I don't play PvP that often, and I have the role that I want for PvE already. So, and then this is not the god roll. So, this one actually is pretty good though. Energy transfer is not what I'm looking for. Whirlwind blade is pretty good. And then of course it has impact here. So yeah. I can get rid of this one. So the only thing that I'm doing for really for right now is getting my legendary shards back up to where they were. Because I had about almost 1500, maybe a little bit over 1500 legendary shards. And throughout the season I just trying to level up all the characters, the weapons. I just start chewing through them, so I always want to have a decent number of those. Okay, so we got an Ecleos sniper rifle, which I have a lot of those. Okay, so they're starting to give me that. What can I call this? It's just the first gear set that we. That's what they're giving me now as armor pieces. It's called Errant Knight, and they brought it back into the game. So really, it's a nice looking gear set. It really is. It's just, I mean, we've had it already, and it's been sunset, and now they're bringing it back. Um, Basically because I think that there's not enough in the game as far as variety. So they're bringing some stuff back in the game, and then some of the basic gear sets, like I said on the last stream, they're always in the game. They just always come back every season with a new power cap on them. See, now this is not good. It is, but it's not. It's because anything that drops for one of the factions, it's gonna have a cap at 1310, which is low. So even though I really like these, come April, they're gonna be sunset, and they're gonna have to reissue them, which they probably will. But at this point, I had these before, but I'm running out of space in the vault, so I can't hold on to them just to have them. But yeah, this is Doom Monarchy's gear set for, I would say, especially for Hunter and Warlock. The new Monarchy gear set is really good. Same thing with Future War Cult. Is really good. Now Dead Orbit, hit and miss. But yeah, New Monarchy, Future War Cult for me, I just like them across the board for the most part on all three classes. But yeah, they look good. But no, I'm not gonna keep them because come next month we're gonna have to start cleaning out the 1310s anyway from the vault. So yeah, that's really what it's gonna be. So yeah, again, it's always gonna drop 20 below my power level. So you're not gonna get anything that's gonna drop that's gonna help you increase your light level. Alright, so they gave me a cold denial, which is good. Alright, Temptation's Hook. So both of those are from last season, so that's good. This looks a bit older. I could be wrong. Let me go check.
There's a love of the fight in you, I think.
But yeah, he's dropping everything. He's dropping 1310s, 1360s, and then brand new stuff at 1410. So it's very inconsistent.
Checking.
Just keep an eye on it. It's not going to help your power level increase, but you can get a good roll, or like, see, this is a 1410, right? So that's good. The 1360 power limits, they're okay still. Yeah, see, and this is what throws me off, is this is a very old weapon, but it has an updated power limit on it. So it's not that old anymore. So yeah, anything 1360 to 1410, I'm keeping it. If it's 1310 or below, I'm not gonna keep it. The thing with Arsenic Bite is I don't use it. If I'm gonna use an energy combat bow, I probably use Trinity Ghoul, the exotic, because it's just that good. So
Thank you.
Other than that, I don't use that type of stuff.
How did the job go?
Yeah, Yeah, see my vault is 400 out of 500. It was worse than this. Um, and that's what I was saying before, like the 13 teams, I can't keep them anymore. Because I'm running out of space. Storage space. It says surrounded and underdog.
The oldest encryption methodology sometimes contain the greatest treasures, and sometimes, well...
And see, I already had the role that I want with
Want to
false
see a purple helmet?
promises.
I took it from the wreckage.
Threat detector, eye of the storm.
We need to clear that backlog.
I'm probably not going to keep
The
this.
feed went down just as they were going to say who won.
Bone chiller.
Someone's doing the hero thing all the way out there.
Temptations hook. Yeah, so
The feed
some
went
people
down
have
just as they were
thousands of
gonna say who
tokens for Crucible, and since I don't play Crucible that often, I didn't get that high. You know, I don't have that many. But I did start around, I would say 600-700 tokens, and I started getting rid of them before we even got the announcement, basically because I'm not using them for anything. But yeah, I mean, stuff from this season, I got too many weapons. So just go through here, anything that's 1260 to 1310. I just started getting rid of it. And see, I kept Hammerhead. Hammerhead has already been sunset. But since this is just a really good weapon. My enemies defeated are almost 2,000. Just a really good weapon. Just really good. Now, they didn't replace this with another legendary. The Void replacement machine gun, you have to get it from the raid.
You want everyone to hear.
And I really don't run raids, and so I don't know. I might run a
missed
raid
that
just
run
to
in the
get the
Crucible?
replacement for this.
Shame.
Or I just might wait till next season when they should introduce another legendary Void machine gun. But otherwise, coming into this season, this one got sunset, so the cap is at 1060. We didn't have a replacement for it this season, so that was a bummer. And then this is the other one that got sunset this season. I can bring it up to 1060 max, and that's it. The replacement for this, I'm using 7 Seraph Saw. That's what I'm using. So you need an arc machine gun. But see, the thing with this is that this one's actually going to get sunset at the end of next season. And I can't think of they're going to have to bring out a new one for this. A new arc machine gun. So yeah, it's like we're losing weapons faster than they're putting weapons into the game, which is another reason why I think they're reissuing like old weapons, because even though it shouldn't have hit us that hard, but the weapons that are getting sunset are just really good weapons, and then we either don't have a good replacement for them or there's no replacement at all. So that's, you know, the issue we're running into.
Always good to see another hero of the tower.
You can get some good drops from this, but it's not consistently, you know, it's not consistent. Whoa. This is old, but it's new. You saw the new icon on it. So Icarus is really old. This is like vanilla Destiny 2 old, but they reintroduced it last season. So now it's what, 5 months old? I'm thinking somewhere around there. But yeah, this is crazy old. I want to say a couple of years old, but yeah, they brought it back into the game, and now it just drops in the general whirlpool. Um, but it's already been sunset. They brought it back. It's gonna be sunset again. I would say the end of season 14. So yeah, it's just this rotating mess of gear and armor. Um, they keep and they'll bring stuff back, and then they'll introduce new stuff here and there. Um, but yeah, I don't miss this gear set because it doesn't look great. So I'm not sure why they brought it back. Other than new players need something to use when they first jump into the game. But for me, I don't. Yeah, as far as that base gear set, I'm not crazy about it. Gosh, see, that's what kills me with this. This is a 1310 power limit. I like the resilience. I can put a recovery mod on it, but I'm not going to invest in something that's going to get sunset at the end of next season. So that one goes. This one's going to go just simply because I don't like it. Alright, so we're going to go back to the slot machine and see what drops here. Okay, there's another Icarus. Insight rover grips. That's also really old. And they brought it back into the game last season. Okay, so there's a brand new old helmet. New old, I don't know. But anyway, it's got the current power limit on it, 1410, so it's brand new in that regard. But as far as what it is, that's vanilla Destiny 2. That's like, how many years ago was that? Destiny, I mean, how long has Destiny 2 been out? I have to look that up. Yep, I definitely have to look it up. But yeah, this one that's Errant Knight. This is the first gear set we wore when we jumped into Destiny 2. So yeah, it's old, but like I said, they brought it back this season, so we can wear it again. Now, first of all, if you kept the gear set for that long, it's already been sunset. So now you have to get the roll that you want again to drop, and it's just a random drop. You really can't control the stats or what piece of armor that you get. It just turn in a bunch of tokens or whatever. You just run around the world and get random drops. You'll get it that way. I just haven't got this in open world. I haven't gotten any of those pieces in open world, so I'm wondering about that. Okay, so there's another Ecleos. Sniper, and like I said, I got a bunch now. That weapon used to be hard to get, and now it just drops, regularly. So it's odd. Long Shadow, I don't use. Okay, so another Temptations hook. Oh, see, that's a bummer. That's a cloak for future war cult. And I know I'm not going to keep it because it's a 1310 drop. Yep. So anything, like I said, anything that you get from a faction, it's on the way out. The end of next season, it'll be sunset. So I'm thinking April, like I said before, it'll be gone. But I do like this gear set. This is a good gear set. You can't change this or turn it into an ornament. the faction gear is not a. That's what they should do with the faction gear, though. Instead of keep, continually bringing it back, just turn it into an ornament, so that we don't have to worry about when it gets sunset, you know. But yeah, it's a 1310, so I'm not gonna keep it. And what else? What else? What else? This, I don't know where this comes from, because it's not Future War Cult, it's not Dead Orbit, and it's definitely not New Monarchy. So it's not from one of the factions. It's not a Vanguard. It's not from Drifter, from Gambit. Gosh, I'm trying to see, like, do you recognize a symbol from somewhere? I don't know. So I guess it's just like a general drop, but it looks more, it's like fancy. So it's not like just a regular basic gear drop. I wonder if I get more of these, if I have any more clandestine maneuver gear pieces, to see what the entire gear set looks like together. It is a 1360, so it's still good. Gosh, how long is this one gonna be? 8 months. It's got another 8 months to get for us to get out of this, out of the 1360s. Yeah, like 7-8 months. So that can stay. I'm gonna get one more, and then I'm gonna go ahead and jump off for this particular subject. Alright, so last one, let's see what drops. Okay, see, anti-extinction grasp. Anything anti-extinction, that's from Dead Orbit. For your Dead Orbit gear set. And again, that is going to be 1310 power limit. 1310 power limit. We got, what? If you start now until it's sunset, that's about 4 months, I guess. About 4 months left out of this. Which again, I'm not going to invest any materials into this, because 4 months is just not enough time to do any of that. 4 months is not enough time to get enough use out of it for me. But I had all of these, the entire complete gear set for each character in the vault, and it was just chewing up space. And considering I'm already at over 400 pieces in the vault right now, and it's capped at 500, yeah, I can't I can't hold all this stuff, and if people start turning it, like if people have thousands of tokens and you start turning this stuff in all at once, you're just gonna get flooded with stuff in your vault. So you can't keep all of it. There's just no way for you to keep it. Let's see, do I have any more tokens? Yes, I do. I got Vanguard Tactician tokens. Now, to see the Vanguard, I got almost 1,700. I got almost 1,700 tokens, so it's gonna take me a while to turn in all of those. I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna do that right now. But yeah, I only got 64 Crucible tokens left. And what is this? Sock. Why do I have a sock? I don't know. Weird. And I have I thought this was a donut, but it's a fruitcake. Huh. Holiday gift. Okay, so this must have been from the season event. Somebody gave me a fruitcake. and a sock as a holiday gift. Alrighty. But yeah. So jump on any character that you want to jump on. And go ahead and turn that stuff in. You know what? If I was really thinking about it, I would have stayed on my warlock, because warlock's really old but now new gear is even better. Like, I love that gear set. That was one of my favorite gear sets in the game, and now that I know it's back in the game, I only have, what, 64 tokens left to try to get a few pieces of it. But I had that for a while. I did. I had it for a while. And I hated letting it go, but it got sunset, and it was taking up room in my inventory, or in the vault. So yeah. I'm gonna see if it drops for me. That's what I'm gonna see, if it drops. Now I have to go back into Crucible eventually because of the quest that I'm stuck on. Where is it? This one. I have to defeat, this is 28 more guardians with duality. It shouldn't take long. I've just been dragging my feet about doing it. But yeah, so since that new armor set is back, that is really the old armor set. If you want that old armor set back on a particular character, then you use that character, go to Shaxx, and start turning tokens in and see if it drops. Because I mean, I've been running around in open world for a while, and that armor set has not dropped for me in the open world. So I'm wondering if you can only get it to drop from the vendors. Now I'm curious about that. I'm gonna keep an eye out on keep an eye out for that. Because I do like those old sets for all of them. Titan Hunter, Warlock, that base gear set from when Destiny 2 first launched, those were really good, and they used them on the cover of the game cover, the box cover. So yeah, those look really good on all the classes. And it's like, I don't know if they put news out like, hey, this gear set is coming back into the game this season, but I didn't hear anything about it, so I didn't know that they were back in the game. Because I definitely would have went after them.
Have no social grace.
What is it with all these TVs back here? Huh. He's watching the Crucible.
Always good to see another hero of the tower.
Alright, so I'm gonna chew these up and then see what happens. See, I got a 1230 because my base light level is 1250. My hunter is missing a point. It's a point lower than Warlock, so he got a 1229. That's gonna get sunset next season. 7 Seraph Gloves. I can't stand Insight Victi. That gear set's just not, especially the helmet. It's See, I got another False Promises. It's like, I don't know. And then the last ones, and that's it. So, as you can see, none of this stuff down here is unlocked. like I said before, you have to do 8 bounties per week to get one piece down here to unlock. That's how you unlock them. You just pick 8 bounties up here, complete 8 of them. And I believe even the additional bounties work. You can just complete 8 additional bounties, and then you get one piece per week. It'll drop as an Ingram, and then you gotta go to Cryptarch and turn it in. And whatever Cryptarch gives you is the one that gets unlocked over here. So there we go. I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. But he gave me, this is a 1360.
Wish I could be in the fight.
But I just can't stand this gear set.
Our
It's
work is
just-
unfinished, Guardian.
I'm
What
like,
can I do?
What is this? I don't know. It looks like a ladder that's on the front of his face. That's just what it reminds me of, a ladder. Something like that.
Guardians, the time has come to clean up the universe.
Then, now check this out. He gave me this one, which is
Tangled Shore.
1360
It's a lawless
power limit.
frontier.
And then he gave me this one, which is a 1310 power limit,
Crucible gets harsher every day.
which I'm
It
not going
has
to
to.
keep.
I make sure of it.
I just can't keep it. And let's see.
I'm hungry for news, Guardian. Given time, darkness will encroach again. We
Oh my
have to
goodness.
be ready.
I don't even remember when I got this. Auto loading, dragonfly, field prep, threat detector. And I don't use field prep because I don't crouch ever when I'm playing. I got false
What's the
promise,
word from the
false
front lines?
promise, false
The Crucible
promise,
is
false
chanting your
promise,
name.
false promises. So yeah, I don't know. The game is just giving me this weapon a lot. This is the one that is my main, so I masterworked it. I got almost 3,000 kills with it. I've been using it ever since last season.
What news from the war front?
So about 5 months now. It's a 1360 power limit. So it's still going to be good for another 6 months. At least 6-7 months. So we got next season, and then the season after that, this is gonna be sunset at the end of that one. So
How many Cabal did you get today?
we're in season 12. We're in season 12 right now. At the end of season 14, the 1360 stuff is gonna get sunset at the end of season 14. So I'm gonna say, what is that? The fall? I think that's gonna be around the fall.
What news from the war front?
But yeah, now we're in season 12. So season
Crucible
12,
gets harsher every day. It has
everything
to.
that's
I make sure of
1260,
it.
1260 is gonna get sunset,
Fight hard, Guardian.
and
Doesn't help you.
The Crucible beckons, Guardian. Will you answer?
yes or no. Oh, I forgot about this thing. So season 12, everything that's 1260 is gonna get sunset at the end of season 12. Season 13, everything that's 1310 power limit is gonna get sunset. And then season 14, everything that's 1360 power limit is gonna get sunset at the end of season 14. So yeah, that should put us around the fall. And then season 15 is probably, I'm gonna see the new expansion is gonna drop. So that's gonna be the fall. Usually around the fall the new expansion comes. So this fall, new expansion, season 15. most of the stuff that we're using right now is gonna be, you know, sunset stuff from this season. Anything that's like 1410 from this season, the fall is still gonna have one season left in it, but it's gonna be, you know, on the way out the door.
The world is burning. We need you out there.
I can't believe the old tower's gone.
But yeah, just keep in mind that from your token slam, Shaxx is gonna give you the gamut of stuff. The power limit's gonna be all over the place. So just look at every piece, and you know, if it's 1310, if it were me, I would toss it, dismantle it, infuse it if you have something for that. Well, you can't even infuse it because it'll be 20 under your base power level. So yeah, if it's a roll that you don't like, toss it. And I would toss it even if it was something that I like, because 1310s are going to be sunset the end of next season, which I would say was probably around April, February, March, April. Yeah, April. So that's all I have for this one. I don't have any more Crucible tokens now. If I do end up going into PvP this week or this weekend, I'll see if I can get Warlock the new gear set, because for Warlock he has, let's see, it's not here. Look at all this stuff that's sunset. All this stuff with a little icon. It's already been sunset. So most of the stuff in collections has been sunset.
I need your attention for one moment.
And I'm looking for that original gear set, but I don't see it. Go to factions. Here it is. Wait a minute. How is it not sunset? 1410, and I can reacquire it. That is so weird.
Okay, listen.
I can grab it out of collections. So not only is it dropping from Shaxx, you can grab it out of collections. And it's not sunset. And look at the logo. The logo is just some weird, it's just a Destiny logo, which they never use that for the icon in the corner. Weird. Okay, so you can grab the class item, as the class item doesn't have any stats attached to it, so just, it's got the new power limit on there of 1410, so you can go ahead and grab it. But the other 4 pieces of armor, the stats are terrible. I mean, they're great if you love strength, but for me, I don't use strength like that. But yeah, that is so weird. I wonder if there's anything else in the game like that. It says preview. See, it doesn't have a sunset icon up here. Okay, so these are ornaments. These are 1260s. They're gonna get sunset in about 3 weeks. So we got to the end of the season, and then you're gonna hit the cap, and you can't infuse them higher than 1260. So next season we're probably gonna go up to what, 1300, at least 1300. So you can't run around with stuff that's like 40 points below the power level. It's just not. You just get killed. You'll get killed. So all this appears as 1310 stuff, but see, it says cannot reacquire randomized gear.
Okay, listen.
Okay, so the only way that I can think that we can get this is that it has to be static. It can't be randomized. Because anything randomized, like see this, you can't reacquire randomized gear. So this has to be a static roll, which is odd. I'm assuming that if it drops from shacks, your stats are going to be different, but they just gave you a basic stat roll from here. Like, oh, look at this, all this is the same. All the stats are the same. 10 mobility, 10 recovery, and 22 strength. And they just stuck with that on every piece of gear. That is just, it makes no sense though. I wonder if they're going to do that. They're going to change that in the future. Yeah, see, this is similar, but that was for the season event. Or at least I think it was. Well, no, I think yes,
for one moment.
the season event, because they went back to that Destiny, the original, the vanilla Destiny 2 armor set. But this is from that event, and we had to upgrade this to the blue set, which was white, and then you got to update the blue set to the legendary set, which is also sunset at this point. But look, the blue gear goes up to the seasonal power cap, but the legendary gear, it's already sunset. It's at 1060. Oh no, I don't know. I see they did this again. Drained. These aren't, the blue and the green are not sunset. They go up to the current power cap at 1260, but the legendary set is sunset. It's just inconsistent. And this is 1310. This is oh, see, this is the last one. Solstice of Heroes. Power limit 1310. I mean 1360. Yeah, they gave us the same gear set twice for the last Solstice of Heroes. So instead of upgrading it from green to blue to legendary, we went from blue to legendary to legendary. And the two legendary ones are identical. It's just this one has a glow on it and the other one doesn't, if I remember correctly.
Okay, listen.
Like the Majestic, you can't put a glow on this one, but the Magnificent, you can put the glow on it. So yeah, I don't know. So just grab your tokens and just start turning those in. See which gear pieces you get, and if it's a 1310 or lower, I would definitely not invest in it or get attached to it, because February 9th the 1310s are on the clock, so you'll have, you know, next season as the last season for the 1310s. And of course, everything right now at 1260, it's time to let it go, because you have like what 3 weeks left to use it.
Okay, listen.
So thank you guys for listening. Everybody take care. All right, see ya.